Meet Liam. He is a talented architect with a vision that could change the skyline of his city. But today, he's just staring at a blank screen. His office is filled with half-finished sketches and books he's only partially read. He tells himself he's just waiting for the perfect idea to strike. This is where the silent habit begins, right in the quiet moments of getting ready to start. We all have a Liam inside us, waiting for a signal that never comes.
The room is quiet, save for the hum of his computer and the rhythmic tapping of his pencil against the wooden desk. Liam looks at his sketches, then back at the screen, feeling the weight of expectation pressing down on his shoulders. He believes that if it isn't perfect on the first try, it isn't worth doing at all. This belief is a cage he built for himself, brick by brick. He doesn't realize yet that his pursuit of excellence has become his greatest obstacle.
He sighs and leans back, his denim jacket creaking against the chair. Every small detail in the room seems to demand his attention, except for the work itself. He rearranges his pens, wipes a speck of dust off his monitor, and checks the time for the 5th time in 10 minutes. These aren't just chores. They are sophisticated delay tactics designed by his brain to avoid the discomfort of possible failure. The habit is subtle, disguised as organization and care.
Suddenly, a notification pings on his phone, and the conflict begins to boil over. It's a message from his client asking for a progress report, and Liam's heart sinks into his stomach. He knows he has nothing to show, even though he spent all day working. The panic sets in, but instead of starting, he does something worse. He picks up the phone to research some trends, seeking a quick hit of dopamine to numb the rising anxiety of his own stagnation.
1 hour of scrolling turns into 2, and the sun begins to dip below the horizon, casting long orange shadows across his office. Liam is caught in the loop of passive consumption, watching others build while he stays paralyzed. He tells himself he's gathering inspiration, but deep down he knows he's just hiding. The habit of choosing the easy distraction over the difficult creation is slowly eroding his confidence, one swipe at a time.
The internal noise is deafening now, a chorus of what-ifs and not-yets that keeps him glued to his seat. He thinks about the projects he hasn't finished and the dreams he's deferred, feeling like a ghost in his own life. This is the silent destruction, not a sudden crash, but a slow fade into irrelevance. He is busy being busy, yet he is going nowhere. The realization starts to dawn on him, but the habit is a strong tether that pulls him back into the comfort of indecision.
Liam stands up abruptly, the chair scraping loudly against the floorboards. He needs air. He needs to escape the suffocating walls of his own expectations. He grabs his keys and heads out, his mind still racing with the unfinished tasks and the mounting pressure. The city outside is moving. People are walking with purpose, and cars are rushing to destinations. He feels disconnected, like a character in a movie who has forgotten his lines while everyone else keeps acting.
He reaches a small park nearby and sits on a cold metal bench. The climax of his frustration reaches a breaking point as he looks at his hands, realizing they hadn't created anything meaningful in weeks. The fear of being average is what's making him less than average. He sees a child nearby building a small sandcastle, knocking it down, and building it again without a second thought. The simplicity of action without judgment strikes him like a physical blow to the chest.
In this moment of clarity, Liam understands that his habit isn't just procrastination, it's a refusal to be imperfect. He has been waiting for a version of himself that doesn't exist to do work that doesn't need to be flawless. The weight of his own perfectionism is the silent killer of his joy. He closes his eyes and takes a deep breath, letting the cool night air fill his lungs. He decides right then that the loop has to end, even if the first step is ugly. He returns to his office with a different energy. The room is dark, But he doesn't turn on all the lights, just his small desk lamp. He sits down, opens a fresh sheet of paper, and picks up a pencil. His hands are slightly shaking, but he doesn't stop to think. He forces himself to draw a single, messy line. It's not perfect. It's not even good, but it is a start. And that single act of rebellion against his habit feels like a massive victory. The resistance tries to pull him back, whispering that he should stop and plan more. But Liam ignores the voice. He draws another line, then another, letting the ink flow without correction. He is no longer an architect trying to build a masterpiece. He is just a man moving a pen. The resolution isn't found in a grand epiphany, but in the mundane repetition of effort. The silence in the room is no longer heavy. It is filled with the sound of creation. Hours pass, and the messy sketches begin to take shape. It's not the perfect design he envisioned in his head, but it's something real that he can touch and improve. He realizes that the version in his head was a ghost, and this imperfect drawing is a living thing. The habit of overthinking has been replaced by the rhythm of doing. He feels a sense of relief wash over him, a lightness he hasn't felt in months. He is finally back in the driver's seat of his life. As the first light of dawn creeps into the room, Liam finishes the draft. It's raw and honest. He sends the progress report to his client, not with an apology, but with a sense of pride. He has broken the silent habit that was holding him hostage. He understands now that the perfect time is a myth designed to keep us safe and small. The only time that matters is the messy, imperfect now that we often try so hard to avoid. Liam stands up and stretches, looking at his office with new eyes. The clutter doesn't bother him as much because he knows he has the power to change it. He walks over to the window and watches the sun rise over the city he dreams of building. He knows there will be more days of struggle, but he also knows the secret now. Action is the only antidote to the silent habits that destroy our lives. You don't have to be ready, you just have to start. The moral of Liam's story is simple. We often think we are waiting for inspiration, but we are actually just hiding from the fear of being seen as imperfect. That silent habit of waiting, over-planning, and distracting ourselves is the most dangerous form of self-sabotage. It robs us of our time and our talent without us even noticing. But the moment you decide to do the work poorly instead of not doing it at all, you regain your power. Perfection is the enemy of progress.
Take a look at your own life. What is the one thing you've been preparing for but never starting? That is your silent habit. It's the gap between who you are and who you could be. Don't let another day slip away in the name of perfection. Start today, start small, and start messy. The world doesn't need your perfection, it needs your contribution. It needs you to show up and be brave enough to fail until you succeed.
If this story resonated with you, it might be the sign you've been waiting for. You have the potential to build something incredible, but you have to be willing to draw that first messy line. Break the loop of indecision and stop letting your habits dictate your future. You are the architect of your own life, and it's time to start building. Remember, the only habit that truly destroys is the one we refuse to acknowledge and change.
Thank you for joining Liam on this journey today. If you found value in this story, please subscribe Nori's Level Up channel for more insights on mindset and growth. Like this video to help others find it, and comment below with the one habit you're committing to break this week. Let's build a community of action takers. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep creating, keep failing, and keep moving forward.